Hello, everyone. So we will start this YouTube live right now. We have two speakers in here. We have Ajay and Somya. The both will speaking about the cloud, and this time Somya will tell us about something. Somya will talk in using English. I hope you listen very well. And then next, Ajay will use Bahasa and English of so you can understand more with the cloud. So Somya, it's your time right now.
Thank you, Olia. My name is Saumya Karnan. I am the lead for GCP Learning at Higher Ed in the Google Cloud organization. And I'm really excited to be speaking to the developer student club leads in Indonesia. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your interest in the Google Cloud platform. And in the next 30 to 45 minutes, we'll give you an overview of Google Cloud Platform and how it connects with what you are currently doing with Android mobile application development. And we will also share information with you about how you can uh, lead your student communities and get them ready to be cloud professionals. With that, I am going to share my screen and just give me a second. Same screen. All right, so let's get started. So we're entering a cloud-first world. So in the past, when or organizations deployed applications and ran applications for both enterprises and websites and so on, they hosted their infrastructure or on their own in their own data centers, and that had a huge cost in terms of the cost of the servers and IT operation expenses and so on. In the last 5 years, we have seen a rapidly increasing trend towards cloud, and we are entering a cloud-first world, meaning enterprises are now not thinking the traditional way. They are not looking at data centers, their own data centers, as a means for deploying applications, but they're looking at using cloud to reduce their costs and get to market faster. So here I have some links from Gartner, Forrester, and Capgemini, which are industry leaders. They survey trends in the industry and see how enterprises are investing their money in IT spending. And we can see here that by 2020, there will be a significant cloud shift, and about $1 trillion of money will go into cloud-based solutions. So this is really a crucial field for you as students to start ramping up on, so that when you graduate from college, that you are prepared with the cloud-ready skills to take up jobs in these industries, which are all going cloud first. Traditional roles, before cloud, for example, you had database administrators, network specialists, cloud web developers, and so on. So those roles are changing in a cloud-first world. So the way a network engineer worked before, and the kinds of team structures that they had before, the technologies that they work with, are all evolving now with a cloud-first world. And new types of roles are coming in, such as data scientists who understand machine learning and are able to get insights from data, cloud native app developers, as well as cloud infrastructure. So these are all new roles that are emerging in the market. And so, I urge you all to take a moment and think about what kind of aspiration you have, what kind of job role that you see yourself interested in, and start learning and training yourself accordingly to be ready for that job role. Now, I understand that a lot of you are mobile app developers. You've spent some time working on the Android platform, and you might be wondering, how does Google Cloud Platform apply to me? So with that, I will hand off to Ajay, who will be able to guide you through the overview of Google Cloud Platform and how it is relevant to you as a mobile application developer. Ajay?
Ajay?
You want to continue presenting and then I can just talk.
I'm muting Somya. Ajay, you can turn on.
Hi, thank you, Soumya. Selamat sore, guys. My name is Ajay Amnani, part of the technical curriculum team here at Google. And I'll continue where Soumya stopped. Alia mentioned that I'll speak in Bahasa, but for Soumya's benefit, I'll try to use a mix. But feel free to ask questions. I see the YouTube stream is going on, and so feel free to ask questions in there if you have any. Feel free to use Bahasa Indonesia. My Bahasa Indonesia is a little rusty, so I'm gonna try my best to be as honest as I can. And Soumya's here to do the same with me. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, cool. So barusan Soumya nanya as mobile developer, gimana Google Cloud Platform bisa bantu. Before we get into that, it's only fair kalau kita address apa itu cloud, what is cloud computing, and then we'll go into balik ke question itu kembali. Cloud is a broad term, right? Bisa cover banyak aspek, tapi it's fair kalau kita bilang ada 3 bagian gitu, 3 models of service gitu. Jadi infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, dan software as a service. And cara kita list ini 3 ada reason behindnya. Jadi kalau kita lihat sekitar 2 decade sebelum itu, kita kalau design applications apapun, everything is on premise, right? Mulai dari aplikasi, networking, storage-nya semua di premise. So ada shift in design, right? Whole idea was for cloud computing was computing on the go. Jadi nggak usah investasi hardware and more towards pay as you go. Jadi bayar only whatever you use for, right? And so that made sense. And so we're gonna go into each of these models. We'll start with infrastructure as a service. And so the idea behind this, and as we go from left to right, ada banyak benefitnya and ada constraints juga. And also, if you look at it from dari angle user control and flexibility, mulai ganti juga. Jadi kalau paling kiri itu lebih banyak user control, right? Kalau infrastructure as a service, jadi kita instead of doing processing on your machines, you do processing on our machines. Jadi ada hardware dari Google, for example, as a cloud provider, right? So think about virtual machines, hardware, networking, all these building blocks like load balancing, all the building blocks. Jadi instead of beli sendiri, set up sendiri, maintain, patch, install software, all that is, like, instead of doing that, you can run that same thing on Google Cloud Platform, right? Going from infrastructure as a service to platform as a service, you're kind of letting go a little bit of the control, but there's more flexibility, right? Some of you may have tried App Engine. sebelum purely untuk hosting atau untuk pakai data store that comes kind of integrated well with it for various reasons, maybe web-based. And so the idea there is udah ada banyak setup already done. It comes with pre-built, banyak runtime. Think about Java, Python, PHP, whatever you want. And ada juga dua offering, right? There's also like App Engine Standard and App Engine Flexible. We won't get into details of it, but just for your awareness, right? And so there's this idea, ada sebagian control that you guys are giving up with this, but at the same time you get more flexibility because you switch it on and write your application code and be done with it. So jadi daripada pusing-pusing mau setup machine, mau install software, patching, all that is done, right? Jadi fokusnya on application logic, spend time on that, what is more meaningful for you and ultimately for your audience and users. And level yang paling ketiga, and ini mungkin one of the more common ones that most of us will be lebih familiar gitu, itu software as a service. Almost all, I hope, udah pakai services like Gmail, for example. That's like the easiest, most best example I can give. We use it every day, and so that's an example of software as a service. Jadi udah taken care of, whether you think about, and this is just email, like from a consumer standpoint, tapi ada lagi banyak software yang think about scale, think about high availability, mau check email dari manapun bisa, right? And it just works, right? You just go to the endpoint, go to the service, and it just works for you, right? So that's kind of my attempt at kind of addressing cloud computing in like what, less than 5 minutes. Now let's go back to pertanyaan yang tadi Soumya stopped at, which was, you're a mobile developer, how can Google platform help you, right? So as a platform, as a cloud provider, kita ada banyak produk in those three service models that we just walked through, infrastructure, platform, and software. And so when you write mobile apps, right? Banyak kan mobile apps, hopefully, idenya bagus sekali. You want your app to like get more users, like from today 100, jadi 100,000, and then you want to make money out of it. Hopefully it goes viral. Everybody wants to use it. So it's not unusual. Ada aspek yang bisa jalan di mobile device sendiri, tapi ada banyak aspek yang perlu bagian back endnya, untuk storage lah, atau untuk logic application itself. And so that's where Google Cloud Platform comes in, right? I mean, when you think about designing for scale, high availability, durability, even portability, we'll talk about, I'll just touch on container engine. These products help you do that. And jadi integrasinya juga bagus. Semua di offer dari satu platform, Google Cloud Platform, and then in a bit I'll do a very quick demo if time permits, kalau ada waktu. But the idea is the same, right? Idenya tadi apa? Mulai dari infrastruktur, paling low level building blocks ke platform, terus ke software. Idenya pelan-pelan dari one step to other step. We don't want to spend time, managing, right? You want to spend time on thinking about the application logic, thinking about what means, like the functionalities you want to, offer to your consumers, to your customers. Jadi kalau we talk about data untuk aplikasi, kan ada banyak, ada video, ada gambar, ada semi-structured, bisa pun bounded atau unbounded. Jadi we can talk about streaming. Ada lagi yang very structured, yang bisa masuk dalam database, relational database gitu. Jadi untuk each of these uses ada produknya, and semua all these products bisa ngomong to each other. There's tight integration over at the platform console, which we'll look at. So that's bagian datanya. Terus untuk logiknya, again, ada logic yang bisa jalan dalam telepon, bisa jalan dalam mobile device. Ada logic yang harus be as a backend, right? And sekarang it's not uncommon kalau mau design mobile apps harus pikir untuk Android, untuk iOS, right? And so you nggak mau nggak mau spend too much time building logic untuk each of them, and nanti kalau ganti functionality ganti kita harus redesign, right? Jadi look from app engine, scale, easy deployment. You just focus on your code, write the code, run it, and then think about also fungsi-fungsi yang you mau offer, right? Could be financial transaction, could be more aggregate data. Imagine you designing like a mobile app game, right? Game state, atau data-data dari berapa players masuk terus diproses somewhere, nanti terus balik kembali ke mobile devices. All these things, again, like most of the principles could be same, web-based and mobile app design, tapi ada berapa constraints juga, right? Mobile device mungkin nggak mau ngabisin baterai gitu. Jadi ada beberapa constraints yang make us think about, like all these things. Kalau mau design pakai container pun juga bisa, right? There's container engine Kubernetes that helps with the orchestration. So all that good stuff is there. And the final piece, if you see on the right, think about games like, for example, Pokemon Go yang jadi viral kan langsung waktu diintroduce. There's easy integration with all these things, or mungkin mau ada link ke video gitu. There's a YouTube data API that makes it easy. It's all tightly integrated. Google Maps pun baru-baru I think in pertengahan Mei ya ada announcement lagi. Jadi integrationnya sama Google Cloud Platform Console lebih tight gitu. Jadi bisa look at API usage, bisa set up alerts gitu kalau udah hit a certain level. Jadi integrationnya gitu gampang. Kalau udah data di Google Cloud Platform, logic juga run on Google Cloud Platform, integrasinya juga gampang pun with all the other services. All right. So I kind of like spoke about Pokemon Go a little, and just continuing with the whole the fact that most of you are from the mobile app design environment. Ada dua example, ada dua contoh yang kita ambil untuk case studies. Yang satu Pokemon Go, yang kedua ada company yang namanya Greedy Game, itu yang mereka they do advertisements dalam game gitu, dalam game apps atau dalam mobile aplikasi. And kenapa mereka memilih Google Cloud Platform? In fact, these articles, if you have time, baca. Karena yang Greedy Game ada analisisnya juga kenapa mereka dari cloud provider satu lagi gitu memilih Google Cloud Platform. Yang interesting fact antara ini dua, and ada banyak lagi contoh mobile apps and games yang memakai Google Cloud Platform. Itu is the coming together of banyak aplikasi. Kayak kita lihat barusan di slide yang sebelum, ada back end-nya untuk storage, terus ada untuk processing, ada logic-nya, terus kalau mau bikin API out of it, yang logic-nya jalan run on App Engine 2, itu bisa. And the whole idea is the coming together of all these services to kind of like bring life to all these mobile apps and games. So kalau ada waktu, pakai try the links, baca. Like for what I remember is like for Pokemon Go, there's ada central piece, it's data store. There's also like a good discussion on ekspektasinya berapa. Terus when it was launched, it just became crazy. And there's other discussions, like it touches on the SRE piece as well. So it's a good read. The other piece that was interesting is for Pokemon Go ada discussion on it's all containers, right? Probably salah satu yang tergede implementasi yang container based. If you look at Greedy Game pun ada BigQuery, so the stack driver untuk monitoring, logging, all that good stuff. So yeah.
Thank you, Ajay, for that wonderful overview about Thank you, Ajay, for the wonderful overview about Google Cloud Platform. So hope that made the connection for you in terms of how mobile application development uh, connects with Google Cloud Platform and what the potential for cloud usage is. So essentially, what that's doing is freeing you up from infrastructure maintenance, mundane tasks like server setup and all that, and enabling you to focus on application development, like Ajay talked about. So how can you be on the leading edge, getting yourself and your student communities to be ready for a cloud first world? I'd like to give you present to you a, a training option called Google Cloud Study Jam. So you can lead a Google Cloud Study Jam in your developer student club. A study jam is basically a 3-hour workshop where you do labs on the Quick Labs platform. It's about over $70 value of labs that we are giving away free for you to be able to learn about Google Cloud Platform. And when you complete these labs, you will get badges such as the ones shown here that you can post on your LinkedIn or other online profiles to show potential employers that you are familiar with cloud computing and you've learned about these topics. Here's a format for a workshop. So it's basically a 3-hour workshop format. You'll complete 4 labs, and then you and your DSC attendees can take other labs at home. And at the end of the session, when you complete the labs, you will get Google Cloud badges. There are the hardware requirements are very, very basic. You just need a laptop or desktop with a modern browser, web browser, to do work with Google Cloud. And you need a good internet connection because, like the name says, cloud is in all internet based. You're not doing any development locally. And with that, we can take. Do you want to show?
I can
console?
show. We can take questions.
So let's do
YouTube,
maybe. Do we have questions?
No, not yet.
Okay. So Ajay can do a quick demo of the Google Cloud Platform console. So we'll spend about 5 minutes there. In the meantime, if you want to start putting questions in the Hangout chat, please do that. And we'd be happy to answer questions in whatever time we have left, or follow up with Olia later with responses to any questions that you have. I've also included in this slide a couple of links for Google Cloud training and certification information. So please do take a look at that to see how you can ramp yourself up on cloud. And with that, I will hand off to Ajay.
Okay, kita ada sedikit waktu, jadi I will spend some time on the GCP Google Platform console. Barusan Somya cerita sedikit tentang study jam gitu, yang formatnya sekitar 3 jam. Ada sekitar 4 lab yang untuk dibuat. Lab yang pertama itu talks about setup compute engine. Jadi ada virtual machine di setup, terus bisa login, bisa SSH, bisa install software. And for the DSC leads yang interested, nanti bakal ada lagi training yang akan cover lab environment kita yang di offer melalui Quick Labs gitu. Tapi sekarang saya nggak mau spend time on itu, jadi mau spend time on talking specifically on GCP console. And then di session yang satu lagi yang nanti berapa hari lagi kita bisa spend time on getting familiar with the labs themselves and also the environment. So very quickly, this is GCP console. Hopefully some of you have seen it. And ada banyak section gitu ya dalam bagian kiri dalam navigationnya gitu. Kalau mau setup roles, mau setup billing gitu. Tapi idenya is very simple. You can set up a project, and dalam project itu bisa setup virtual machine, bisa bikin networking. Kalau mau ada untuk store data ada Cloud SQL. Jadi semua di bagian kiri ini ada. And integrasi kalau untuk mobile apps juga banyak. Ada banyak APIs, ada banyak client libraries yang kita recommend untuk dipakai untuk mobile ngomong sama beberapa backends ini. Yang I will demo is Compute Engine. And so very simple. There's a form that loads up when I click on create. I'm going to keep everything standard, right? Kasih nama, ada zone central, biasanya mau pakai zone yang lebih dekat with siapa aja yang lagi setup ini. Since I'm in this area, I'll choose US Central 1. And then bisa pilih size memorinya, kalau mau disk yang lebih gede bisa, all that good stuff. And then we can talk more specifics and details once we get into the other kalau kita masuk training yang satu lagi yang lebih specific on ini. But just to get things started and show you how it all works. Ini sekarang lagi create and one of the powerful things with this, right? Jadi dalam beberapa detik, berapa menit gitu langsung ada instant setup, udah ada OS-nya. You can start install other stuff. Like for example, you want to work off of GitHub, install Git, and then you'll be able to go off from there. Just quickly going back while this setup. Get something. While this sets up, tadi ya kalau mau more flexibility, nggak mau pusing install software apapun, there's also App Engine, there's the standard and flex available, and also a lot of stuff on containers. So ini udah setup, ada signalnya di sini, and so we can click on SSH. Jadi again, one of the key things to show here is like seberapa gampang ya to set up a machine with that OS, this size, everything, and semuanya ini pay as you go. Jadi kalau nggak pakai bisa di switch off. Jadi nggak bayar untuk waktu itu. Instead of buying machine yang mahal, then half the time nggak pakai if it goes out, atau you have to switch off for maintenance atau apply patch. Ini semua you can handle by choosing like various levels. All right, so I'm gonna just very quickly give you some information here. Right, jalanin satu komen gitu untuk cek spesifikasi. If you notice, most of the spesifikasi will match whatever we selected tadi waktu setup ini machine, ini virtual machine. And then I'll use this other command. Sekarang kalau kita mau pakai git gitu, komennya nggak ada, tapi gampang gini langsung install. Yeah. Oops. What did I miss here? Oh, the other command. Ada satu lagi yang nggak kejalan barusan. Salah copy paste aku. Oke, sekarang langsung udah ada Git. Jadi dari sini you can start like cloning repos, and ada banyak, right? Mau install software apapun bisa, mau setup, mau configure apapun bisa. So this is just one example. And selain ini ada banyak lagi kalau mau pakai database atau if you want to go into machine learning, ada semua resources di sini. If you want to run like streaming stuff, bisa set up PubSub untuk notifications, terus pakai data flow untuk workloadnya, terus end up in BigQuery. Ada banyak integrasi, ada banyak apps you can think of, and it all happens here, right? And there's also tight integration with resources yang sebelumnya ini outside of GCP, misalnya Google Maps and YouTube and all that good stuff. So with that, stop sharing here.
All right, thank you, Ajay. I saw a couple of questions there. So one question was about the presentation. So we will be sharing this presentation with all of the DSC leads in Indonesia. So you'll have access to this information. And if you are, interested in running a cloud study jam with your DSC community, please respond in the survey form that Vaibhavi sent to you in her email by the end of the day, July 11th. So we are really looking forward to your participation. We are here to support you as you run these cloud study jams. You will have the support from the team, the local team there, as well as the team here to help you be successful in your journey towards the cloud. With that, I'd like to wrap this up. And if there are other questions, please do send them to Olia, who will be able to forward them to us.
There's actually a few questions.
Are there?
Yeah. I'll read.
Do you want to just answer them?
Yeah, I'll try very quickly to answer some of the questions. Yang nggak kejawab, sorry kita lagi run out of time. Saya akan email ke Olia, nanti Olia bisa relay ke audiensnya yang in this hangout on air. Saya mulai dari bawah ya. Ada satu question on TensorFlow ya. Saya baca questionnya. Run things like TensorFlow scripts, just send result. Iya, kalau mau ke arah machine learning itu bisa buat training on cloud machine learning engine, run your model on CMLE cloud machine learning engine, and bisa diakses pakai mobile, pakai web, itu gampang semuanya. It's quite like accessible. Tentang korelasi antara Firebase sama Google Cloud. Kalau Anda udah coba Firebase itu memang URL-nya, konsolnya agak beda, nggak dari dalam Google Cloud Platform Console ya. Tapi integrasinya tight in the sense that project yang di setup di Firebase sama itu project yang bisa dipakai di dalam Google Cloud Platform Console. Jadi itu dalam satu project bisa manage resources, quotas, all that good stuff. Kalau mau set up the Firestore side of it untuk nyetor data itu juga bisa. I'm gonna move up to the other question. Is the same to help mobile. Kutipan dari Firebase announcement, no matter how much we grow, our mission remains the same to help mobile apps team be successful across every stage. I'm not sure if that was if there was a question dari Ishfani. I hope I'm saying the name right. Tapi misinya sama ya, missionnya sama juga. Kan mau organize world's information, make it universally accessible. Jadi beberapa keywords yang tadi saya mention itu there has to be scale, right? There has to be high availability, all that good stuff. And also like kita waktu bikin produk-produk kita, aplikasi kita, services kita, research-nya kan ada. Right? Kita banyak research. We are obsessed with things like scale, high availability, durability, all that good stuff. And itu research kita bikin into product, and sekarang kita kind of open up itu access to products yang sama yang kita pakai. Misalnya YouTube, Gmail, even Google Search runs on produk-produk yang sama yang available sekarang untuk semua melalui Google Cloud Platform. I hope that's where you were going with your question. But if not, yeah. Olia has a question. Is credit card needed? So depends. Kalau if you're kalau lagi work on GCP console, right, with your own personal Gmail, yes, there's some free resources, but untuk go beyond certain quotas harus pakai credit card. And saya ingat ada berapa services, I don't want to quote the names, mungkin udah ganti. Like last time it was Maps. Kalau masukin credit card, even though nggak kena charge, limitsnya jadi lebih tinggi. Tapi do check again because all these things can change. Tapi untuk this program, thank you all ya for clarifying. Untuk program ini nggak perlu credit card ya. Kita kasih environment yang namanya Quick Labs. Jadi kalau udah register, lead-nya and attendees lead-nya itu dapat account gratis karena cara-cara kita build the labs itu dapat temporary account yang GCP account. Jadi bisa dipakai untuk development, untuk testing, untuk jangka waktu itu misalnya 1 jam atau 1,5 jam. And lab environment ini akan available untuk 30 days. The lab.
Yeah, they will get a credit for 30 days. Yes. If they complete a quest, they get another month.
Yes. Jadi kalau untuk permulaan ada 30 hari access. Kalau Anda complete 4 lab, jadi 1 quest gitu. Sorry, bukan 4, ada 7 lab. Kalau complete 7 lab dalam jangka waktu 30 hari, bakal ke extend lagi another 30 hari. And pretty much, whatever roles, permissions di offer melalui lab itu, Anda bisa pakai itu roles, permissions untuk do other things like Cloud SQL, do ML, provided the permissioning is there. But just coming back to the main question, for this program itself, nggak perlu pakai credit card. Semua access sudah taken care of as long as you register. Ada follow up dari Olia, credit for DSC atau jadi untuk semua DSC lead-nya bakal ada link, and itu link bakal di-share sama partisipan semua. Jadi semua partisipan and lead nggak perlu pakai credit card. Jadi mulai hari itu, mulai permulaan study jam, 30 hari sesudah itu it'll be open, and you can use it to run the quest that we want you to run. And there's other labs in the catalog. Ada banyak macam-macam, ada Kubernetes, ada macam-macam segala yang bisa dicoba. Yeah, no problem. Keep the questions coming. You can relay them to Olia, and Olia, I hope that's okay. And then Olia, you can pass it to us, and then we'll try to answer them.
When you do register for the study jam, using the form.
Soumya, you muted. One of you is muted. Soumya, Ajay, one of you is muted. So I can hear what Soumya says. Muted. Okay. Please repeat your last sentence.
If there aren't any other questions, we'll. I've been like on mute. So just wanted to say that. So thank you, Ajay, for that information. Please do respond to Vaibhavi's email and submit the form to indicate interest if you want to lead a cloud study jam in your community. And when you do that, we will have another follow-up session just like this one, where we go into more details on how you can run your cloud study jam in your community, how you can get free access to Quick Labs for yourself as well as the attendees in your study jam. So once we have that, once you express your interest and start participating in the pilot, there'll be other sessions like this.
Last question
and
from
if
me.
there are no other questions at this point, we'll sign off.
Soumya, last question from me.
Olia, are we good to
Soumya?
go at this point?
Soumya, I have a last question. How many seats do you available for the piloting? Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
How many seats available for the DSC lead for the piloting?
How many seats available for these?
We are planning for 10 DSC leads to participate in the pilot. Definitely, if there is overwhelming interest, we are, open to expanding that number.
Okay. Thank you. So we have enough information for now, and then we will follow up in the next meeting. Thanks for your information, Soumya. Ajay, terima kasih banyak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I will let you continue to. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
So, guys, udah ya. Thank you.